Where my girls at?
It's what you ready to keep locked in.
Where my girls at?
Keep on watching while we keep locked in.
Where my girls at?
You love the flow, it's the lady show.
Where my girls at? Yeah. Where my girls This is the Lady Guru Show.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? You are now watching and listening to the Lady Guru Show. What's going on, Gurus? It's the Lady Guru Show, episode number 64. The Gurus welcome in luxury concierge, Conswella Hartfield, personal development coach and trainer Ardena Garner. Tyrese opens up about his ex-wife and says he's not over her. Love and hip-hop star Brittany Taylor arrested for domestic violence. And is it okay to smoke weed while prego? And y'all already know, we are coming in hot.
From the streets to the office cubicles, there's only one radio station that's always keeping underground artists in heavy rotation. Underground Hitters Radio.
Hey, good day, good vibes.
Absolutely. We have a guest with us today. You may know who she is. You've probably seen her in certain places.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's the luxury concierge. You know, she sells jets. She does a whole lot of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, let's welcome in Conswella Hartfield.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you, ladies, for having me once again. I always enjoy on the forum with you, beautiful ladies.
Yeah.
We love you. Thank you.
Right.
What's going on? So you are into real estate.
Absolutely. I've been in the real estate for over maybe 15 years now.
How did you get into that?
Well, funny. Someone asked me that today. I got into it. I used to process loans for Wells Fargo. I've processed loans for a long time for Wells Fargo. One of my mentors, I had a modeling agency, Black Pearl Models, in Houston, Texas. I used to work with Rap a lot. I used to work with I used to work with a lot of the artists there in Houston. Mm-hmm. And I supplied a lot of the models for their shows. Nonetheless, one of my mentors happened to be at my show. He was not my mentor at that time. And I used to do fashion shows as well. I used to do something called Tune, the Ultimate Networking Event. Nonetheless, my gentleman there, as we connected, he liked one of my models. We all started talking, and he just became like a big brother to me. And one day he calls me up. He's like, "Hey, my secretary just quit. I know you're a boss and everything, but do you think you can come answer my phones?" And he did me such a solid that day. He did something really, really nice for all of us. And I went and did it. I saw he was working at, it was called the Loan Factory in Houston. And I'm just getting so interested by all of these products and everything he has, like FHA loans and so forth, and Nehemiah loans and down payment assistance programs. And I just got really intrigued. And he said, "You should get your license." But I started working with him. And that's when I went on to Wells Fargo. And let me really back a second. My cousin, who got murdered back in 1999, he was heavy in the street life, and he wanted to get out of it. And he said real estate would be our way. And he told me to get my license. And unfortunately, he got killed like right before that. It's like, seems like it happens that way sometimes when you get ready to get your life right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't know, the dice just roll that way. I miss him so much. I was thinking about him today. He told me to get my license. And so I always said I would. So when, it would seem like it was confirmation when my mentor and everyone else was like, "Yo, you should get your license. You should get your license." But he was an influence on that. And so was my grandfather. My grandfather owned property when I was younger, and watching him going to get, the rent monies from those. So it was always in me. it was just being positioning myself around people like, you know, Master P, having conversations with him, with Jay Prince, having conversations with them, you know, 20 years ago. Just pretty much telling me, this is what you need to do. You have the business mind, you have the mindset, you just got to keep positioning yourself. You got to have real estate. Everyone, all of the successful people I was around told me, Wendy Day, she worked with Cash Money. All of them kept telling me, you have to get real estate. You have to be in real estate. So, you know, again, it was just confirmation for me to get my license. And I got my license, and I just took off from there.
I don't know any other women personally that have been successful on the level that you are. So it's just maybe like a little advice that the market is really crazy right now. Do you see this as something's gonna turn around? Is this still the wealth building arena, real estate? Do you have any advice for people that want to get into real estate?
Absolutely. Yep. So I would say this. So what you're doing is wholesaling. I've done that as well. I have, you know, I acquire a plethora of off-market deals, and I still do. So if you ever need some property, you let me know. Apartment buildings, rehabs, all of that. And I love helping people learning about it. But to answer your question, my advice is to keep your head down, mind your business, keep your head down, stay focused, and keep going, because people are going to always buy real estate. They're always going to buy properties. It doesn't matter what the market is doing. People were buying real estate in 2008 when we had the big crash, whenever, you know what I'm saying? So real estate is always good to have. You know, you could buy a dilapidated, distressed property and rehab that joint and make it a whole situation. You know, your ARV, you know, your after repair value could be phenomenal. You know, you could ultimately spend like 100K, maybe 85K to buy this home and put, you know, another 80,000 in it and potentially sell it for 400,000. You know what I'm saying? So you could still make a good profit. And that's even in this market right now. To me, the market was crazier when people were buying a few months ago, when people were buying these houses for $50,000, $100,000 worth more than what they were worth. And now people are upside down. You know how you get upside down in a car? Some people are upside down in their homes. You know, I worked in new construction. So, you know, I advised a lot of my clients. I'm not the realtor that just wants to get the commission check. I move a little bit in silence, and I move the way that I can help you. If I feel, even if I can get a $50,000 check from it, if I don't see it being beneficial to you, I'm not going to do it, because that's not how I move. My integrity means more to me than anything, you know, than money. Money's going to always come because I got my hands in my heart like this. So money has always come to me. But the thing is, real estate is always going to be real estate. I also sell life insurance. So that's another wealth builder. And the reason I was so adamant about that correct is because that's my hashtag right now. Wealth builder, wealth builder, wealth builder. You can be successful in real estate, you know, owning properties. You could also be successful with the life insurance policies. So that's what I'm all about, building that wealth.
And you also moved into selling jets.
Yep. So more now what I'm selling are the memberships. So when people want to charter a yacht, when they want to get a jet, you know, I have a customer right now in Houston. I think she's going from Houston to Las Vegas just on a trip. She works in corporate, and she's like, I don't want to take Delta. I don't want to take American Express. American Express, you know, American Airlines. I don't want to be with the commoners. I want my own jet. I want my own situation. So, you know, sometimes I get celebrities do it. Sometimes I just get people that, you know what, I saved up some money. I want to do a private jet. I've never done it before. And I like to personalize it for them, you know, really curtail it, you know, to them.
Can I ask how much that is?
I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it could be 15,000, but you know, fuel has gone up. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Okay.
So it's gone from 15,000 to 30,000. Just depends on where you're going. If you're going from New York from the East Coast to the West Coast, it's going to be like 30 racks. You know, but you could potentially have like, you know, 6 or 7 people on there. I've got some on my highlights and my stories on my IG platform, so you can see what the jets look like. They're really beautiful. I really enjoy doing that, especially for first time home buyers, people getting their life insurance policies. I like to teach them about that. People that want to charter the yachts, you know how we do those midnight cruises on the Hudson River.
She's the luxury concierge, Conswella Hartfield.
Hey guys, it's Sabi, and you're now watching and listening to The Lady Guru Show.
Yeah, long time saying want meet me. Fly him out, put him on PG. Money on me, never decrease. Bread on me, microphone, big cheese. He greedy, headshot, put him on TV. Yeah. Block get spun like C. Not afraid to get my finger a little greasy. I never let a like Macy. Not for Canada, but open up a TD. Too hype when they eat a G-Weed. Bitcoin, but I spend like VC. Too stank, wiggle for them to see me. Just thank Kendall for them to be me. In the bank, handle microphone, BBs. Yeah. All of my print 3D. Selling money back if it can reach me. Yeah, you wait in the deep treat. Take him in, I need it. Yeah, me tell her take it easy. Yeah, the farm let me sell you. Take me if you fool already. One thing me know me, we full our belly. Long time saying want meet me. Fly him out, put him on PG. Money on me, never decrease. Bread on microphone and big cheese. He greedy, headshot, put him on TV. Yeah. Block get spun like Sandy. Long time saying want meet me. Fly him out, put him on PG. Money on me, never decrease. Bread on microphone and big cheese. On TV. Know you got that, but you ain't gon' have shit. But you want me, cause my friends gon' run around nigga shit in traffic. Did I bring enough cash? Did you shake enough fat for tipping? I don't even need to ask permission. Let me do a little math decision. Days edition. Long time saying one damn song. One give me Jimmy no condom. Pull up on me so handsome. Like leaves like ransom. Like B-side bantam. Risk it round me, not random. Risk it round me, not mandong. Kick knife face, boy, drop down. Long time saying want meet me. Summer fly him out, put him on jet. Touchdown, I'ma put him on deck. Yes, I apply for the visa, black. I'ma try to bring your visa back. I'm swimming in money, why would I lead the cash? Yeah, long time saying want meet me. Fly him out, put him on PG. Money on me, never decrease. Bread on beat, microphone with cheese. He greedy, headshot, put him on TV. Yeah.
Island Finest Jerk. Why pay up to $12 and more for Wendy's, McDonald's, or Burger King combos when you can buy Island Finest Jerk, the meal that will feed you twice? You get more on a plate, more taste, and it's more healthy. It's not a hard choice. It's the kind of meal that sticks to your bones. Support your local eateries. Support your local communities. Island Finest Jerk, the best taste in Roosevelt, New York. If you stop by Island Finest Jerk located in Roosevelt, New York, make sure you tell them the Guru sent you.
So Gurus, on the last show, we had a little fun conversation. And we got a little feedback, some major feedback actually. This was the topic about how long you should wait until getting married, or how long you should date until getting married. So we're gonna kind of like revisit that topic. But let's dig a little bit deeper for part two. Now, Tyrese, Sweet Lady, that one, has a new album he's about to release. In a recent interview, he talked in detail about how his ex-wife left him after 5 years of marriage.
I was with a woman named Samantha for 5 years. We got married. We had a 1-year-old beautiful child named Soraya. And she just left me out the blue. And never came back. And I never cheated. No physical domestic violence. No side chick. No infidelity. Nothing. No going through my phone and seeing something was going on. Nothing. As a matter of fact, it ain't funny, but the running joke is the only other woman I kissed in 5 years was Naomi Harris' forehead in the movie Black and Blue. Didn't even get no lips out of it, you know? I don't think she ever loved me. Because if she did, it wouldn't be that easy to leave. I'm in a new relationship. I've been with my girl now for 2 years, and she's incredible. She's sweet, she's kind. Probably the most patient and nurturing woman God could have ever sent me, because there's nothing more uncomfortable than getting in a relationship with someone while they're in the middle of a departure from their ex. I haven't healed like all the way.
Gurus, the question is, how long does it take to heal from a broken heart? And if one isn't over their ex, does it open up a strong possibility of cheating by the one who hasn't gotten over their ex yet?
Well, I mean, for me, I feel like with the whole thing of if you know that your relationship is coming to an end, let's say this, right? Things happen. You jump into another relationship, or, you may see someone you like, you want to take it to the next level. I feel like everybody should wait, get to know yourself if you don't already know yourself. And if you do know yourself and you want to take a deep dive, I feel like you need to come to terms with your past and find a therapist if you already have one and speak about that, because the person that you're moving forward with is going to feel alienated. If not alienated, they're going to feel like, why are we talking about this person? You're no longer with them. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like the jumping headfirst into a relationship after getting out of a 5-year marriage. You need some time for yourself.
And it definitely leads to cheating. Definitely. Definitely
Yes,
it leads to, the
Yes,
person looking at the person's page all the time. And you never know, what if the ex does reach out to him back? They're gonna cheat because that's what they want,
Yeah.
So it's more or less you just have to take the time to just move on and just you may always have the love for them, but if you want to move on, you gotta force yourself to move on, let go.
Right.
And if they don't want to let go, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
Did she sign up to get cheated on?
No one does.
I mean, like in other words, like if he's not over his ex, and now if he's not over his ex, he's not over in his heart, perhaps neither.
Now, are you saying like if the ex comes back around, or are you saying just in general cheating?
No, if the ex comes back around and he feels drawn in because every sign in the universe is telling him, hey, look, maybe he needs to go back to his ex.
Absolutely.
And so is it right that this woman now is being cheated on?
Of course not. But I mean,
in his mind.
Okay, so in that case, if the door was still open somewhere to where there was a possibility that you could get back together with your ex and you still love them, I don't think you should be getting into another relationship. That door has to be completely closed and shut in that manner. You have to know that there's nothing else here. There's nothing else left. It's not ever going to happen again. It's over and I can move on. But if the door is still open and there's a possibility, then no, chill.
But these relationships is always based on how each one sees it. So in other words, if Tyrese is used to, let's say, a certain type of relationship, this woman comes along and she's used to a certain type of relationship. Now, the way he's viewing it is how he's mapping it out. But the way she's viewing it, it's just a I don't know, it's kind of a setup for disaster in a way.
I mean, half of all these relationships out here is damn near like that. If you want to get technical, everybody got this struggle love going on. I'm tired. I don't want to struggle no more. It ain't for me. Get somebody else to do it.
I mean, kudos to her. I don't know if I can do that.
Saying, like, girl.
Girl. Love and Hip Hop's New York star Brittany Taylor has been arrested following an alleged domestic violence dispute. The reality TV star allegedly whacked her children's father with a baseball bat after a heated altercation. Taylor, who shares her 2-year-old and 8-month-old with Afiez, allegedly turned herself in last week after a warrant was issued for her arrest. Now, gurus, it's crazy how one minute people are in love and can't keep their hands off each other, and then the next minute, somebody going upside somebody's head. Now, like, what's that? Like, how?
That's the reason why I like every relationship that I do see online. Like, you cannot idolize those people. A lot of people be like, I want to be just like them. You never know what happens behind closed doors
at all. And I was watching her I wouldn't say rant because it's not a rant. It was her experience. She went through it. She was on social media, I guess, or they were clipping up things saying how, and she showed a black eye. I guess he was being abusive to her. And the thing is that it's really difficult for women when you are the abusee and you're getting abused in any way, shape, or form, verbal, physical. It's like whenever you speak up, you're not really heard. Or it's like, oh, restraining order, but then it's like they can still come to you. It's just a paper. Like they can still hurt you or harm you or find you. So I guess in this defense now, it's pretty difficult because it's like, he was hitting you. Did you say anything before? No, you didn't, because you said that you didn't want to have any reasoning or whatever the case may be why you didn't say anything. You didn't say anything. Now moving forward, he in turn now hits you and you defending yourself, and now you're the one in the wrong and people are looking at you like you're the abuser. But we don't know what happened prior to. We're just looking at the now, and the now is you hit the man in the face with a baseball bat, and it doesn't justify anything. But it's really like, this topic is really hard because I could see you getting beat, you gonna hit his back, like what you
so is that what happened? She was getting beat.
Yes, she was getting abused, she said. She showed pictures of her eyes being black. She showed scratches on her face. She showed scratches on her arm. So she's saying that she documented these things, but never presented them to the forefront. So because it was never presented, we don't know anything about it until now. You beat him, got his eye juice, eye meat sticking out of his eye. And, now you're clearly, once they see blood, you're going to jail. It could be a little cut, nick, whatever. They see blood, you're the one going to jail. So all the times that he did hit you before, you didn't say anything. He didn't go into jail. So now in the eyes of everyone, you're the abuser, even though you were defending yourself. You know what I mean?
Because that's what I thought. I mean, I didn't know the whole backstory.
And this is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we all thought until she started speaking her piece, saying, nah, y'all not gonna let this go down like that. I'm not the one that's the abuser. He's been abusing me for years and I did nothing about it because I wanted to keep the peace. And that's always the topic of discussion with us women. We want to keep the peace. We want to keep the family together. We wanted this, we wanted that. And then it's like, when you're dead now what?
I was listening to a conversation earlier today, as a matter of fact, and it was something a little different, but it had something to do with street beef, right? And what was going through my mind as I was listening to it is I said, you know what? The dude on the other side of the phone don't understand anything else but violence.
Yep.
And so when the dude that was talking was in the right, because the dude on the other end of the phone did something grimy to his family. And so he was just representing for his family. But see, what in my mind, I started thinking and I said, you know what? When you are around people who don't understand anything else but certain things, when it's time to strike back or it's time to correct the situation, they not gonna respect anything else except for the violence. So now you in a situation where it ain't gonna get corrected unless violence is processed out on this individual that's on the other end of the phone. Because you just in the streets, you're not gonna get your respect no other way.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So so what was going through my mind was that you got to remove yourself from people who don't understand anything else but that, because you're going to catch a case.
Yeah.
You're going to catch a case.
And you're going to look like the aggressor, not them.
What's going on? This is Ms. Darcy Davis, and you are watching and listening to The Lady Guru Show.
You claim that you know more than money, but you know that's just insane. 'Cause the girl that's in you is not the same. You say that this girl can be tamed. Let me put this in a phrase. Don't you come near me playing these games. You see me like an angel. I'm a stranger. My name a danger to you. You see me like an angel, but I'm a stranger. My nature's a danger to you. You go playing girls like April. Now I'm chilling all solo. You thought you played me, but you're slow. You know, now my heart's made hollow. Let me put this in the flow. Baby, there's no space for games no more. You see me like an angel. I'm a stranger. My nature's a danger to you. You see me like an angel, but I'm a stranger. My nature's a danger to you.
Everybody, it's time for the news. In case you've been busy or you just don't know what the hell has been going on, child, let me fill you in. This is the Lady Guru Show news for you. Okay. Charlemagne the God took to the Instagram to share that The Breakfast Club will now be airing on the BET network and VH1 starting in April 17th. Is that at 9 a.m.? Yeah, so they definitely should put the Lady Guru Show on a network, you know.
I think so. I think so.
Okay, I think so too, but congratulations to them. But you know, we here, we gonna tap y'all on the shoulder, y'all. Next, a man who claimed he stole a necklace from Ice Spice is now a viral video fighting off the backlash. In the video posted to TikTok on Wednesday, March 29th, the man holds up a silver chain with a queen pendant and claimed he stole it from the Bronx rapper. According to a report published on Thursday, March 30th, a source close to Ice Spice says that she was never robbed. Like, what are you talking about? She also doesn't own any jewelry that resembles that piece in that video. The only necklace that even comes close to this one that she wore in her No Clarity video, which clearly says her name, Isis, and not Queen. What are you talking about? Get somebody else to do it, okay? Then next, sad news. Flo Rida's young son is currently in intensive care unit after he fell out of a window of the 5th story of an apartment building in Jersey City. According to a report published on Wednesday, March 29th, the Florida native 6-year-old Zohar Dillard fell straight to the pavement and suffered intensive injuries. The child's mother, Alexis Adams, plans to take legal action against the building's management after she claims they were negligent and careless for not installing size guards on the windows. She's seeking an undisclosed amount for compensation to help pay for the medical bills. Yikes, that's so sad. Prayers for her family. And moving on, we have Britney Spears. Hence, they're really in trouble in paradise, I guess. I don't know what's wrong with her. She ain't been moving too right lately. But yeah, now this disheveled star emerges without wedding ring and clutches teddy bears after escaping to Hawaii just 10 months after marrying Sam Asghari. I hope I'm saying that right. The pop star, 41, looked disheveled, and she climbed out of the back seat of an SUV before boarding a private jet in Los Angeles. She's currently vacationing in Hawaii with her longtime manager, Kate Hudson, which she has been showing off on Instagram in the recent days. Well, this has been the, in case you've been busy or you just don't know what the hell has been going on, honey, Lady Guru Show news for you. We'll be back right after these messages.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I got a scar in my heart. Y'all again took it too far with me. I gotta talk about it. Give me a second. Y'all just did me so wrong. Y'all claim me friends, but y'all frauds. Yeah, y'all frauds. Give me a second. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. All of you is all talk, but none of y'all is about it. Think you gon' catch me? I doubt it. Got my location rerouted. Surrounded by nothing but killers and drillers that slide when it's time for the violence. I'm wildin', you styling. Run me up cause I'm vibing. Remember them days when I held you down? Every time I was broke when I came around, you said I gave you crumbs, right? I did. You said I look dumb, right? If you a bum and I'll never respect you. This is the last time I'll ever direct you. This is just something for me to reflect to. Next time around I'ma come disrespectful. Give me a second. I got a scar in my heart. Y'all looking took it too far with me. I gotta talk about it. Give me a second. Y'all just did me so wrong. Y'all claim me friends, but y'all frauds. Yeah, y'all frauds. Give me a second. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. You looking, you want that peach, but don't want no responsibility. You can take the heat, you just whacking like versatility. Cause I used to be down, I built you up from the ground. Please don't talk or make a sound, cause you always running your mouth. It's sad to see, I've been up since you broke me. So lonely, wanting you to hold me. So lonely, chilling with my homies. Now I'm relieved, and you wish you had me. Give me a second, I got a scar in my heart. Y'all looking sucker too far with me. I gotta talk about it. Give me a second, y'all just did me so wrong. Y'all claim me friends, but y'all frauds. Yes, y'all frauds. Give me a second, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. It's so hard for me to trust a soul. I can't let that go. It's so hard for you to keep it real. I'd rather be alone. It's so hard for me. I can never fall. It's so hard for me. Yeah. I will never fall. So hard, so hard. I can never fall. So hard, so hard, so hard. I will never fall. I can never fall. I can never fall. I will never fall. No, 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 no.
Attention everybody in the New York area. Need your hair done exquisitely? That fresh new look with perfectly aligned texture? I'm talking about that glow from top to bottom. Call on the one who slays. Tyrese slays always. Call for an appointment today. Slots and appointments are being scheduled fast. You know you got events booked and that beauty can't wait. Call 910-644-6070. 910-644-6070. Brooklyn represent and support your local businesses. Tyrese slays always. I don't know what you talking about, but that looks like a slay to me.
I swear to God, my flow be like a 101. Nice life, lady, waiting on the day to come. Oh yeah, we back at it. Dope lines, fucking with coke habits. If y'all niggas out in the field, popping them tablets. To ease the pain, counting up this cabbage. Living for the status, gangster, hustler. I'm smooth, one time for the players. I know one day the niggas gon' play us, so the plan still get money and never change up. Whether broke or rich, we gon' remain us. That's the motto. I know for sipping pain out the bottle. I seen the bigger picture. I'm tryna write me a script, smoking herb in the birds. I'm tryna find me a lift. It ain't gon' Uber. I go way over the medulla and travel like scattering rumors and shooting like parachuters. You niggas ain't ready, baby. Theme music got me on my this year. Yeah, let's make this clear. Yo, it's VI, double LA, hit my cellar. If you need a verse that can shake the culture, the ends quick to hate, cause they hate they love us. I'm a bad you mad you got fat while we starved but couldn't have yo, they upset. Well, I'm in my bag I swear to God, my flow be like a 101. Knife life, litty waiting on the day to come. Oh yeah, we back at it. Dope line with with coke habits. It feel like 99, but 92 I'm established. Praying for the day I live lavish until I'm getting at it. theme music, Village G. Buddy 3 times strong island on the scene. What?
And we are back with the Lady Guru Show. What's going on, Gurus?
Hey.
We are lucky to have another guest. She goes by the name of Ardena Garner. She's a personal development coach and a trainer. Welcome.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here with the Lady Gurus.
Welcome.
So just talk to the people and tell them what you exactly do.
Well, people, hey, I see you. I am a personal development coach and trainer for women who are called to write their transformational life story. So what does that look like? That looks like you're writing your story about being the first, about overcoming adversity, about being great, either in an anthology book, which is a book collaboration, or an independent book project.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Wow. That's very specific.
Right. Anthology.
How did that happen? How did that come about? That's a very targeted. Yeah.
Well, the short answer is I was called to write my story about domestic violence, and it took me 7 years to write my first book. That book is called Divine Invitations, The 7 Spiritual Lessons of Relationships. But then after I decided to be a full-time entrepreneur with my personal development and coaching business, the Holy Spirit, I kid you not, I was doing a 7.5-mile walking meditation, and the Holy Spirit said, I want you to help other women write their transformational life story. And it could be a story of resilience, a story of reconciliation, a story of perseverance, but that's what I want you to do. And I literally couldn't work with a coach. I couldn't read a book. I had to follow the Holy Spirit's guidance. And when I did that, it was the first time I actually made money in my business. Literally. Yes.
You just give
when you start off a new business or you do something that is not the norm, okay? It's obviously something that someone can be a little intimidated to basically move in a different direction, especially when it comes to not being sure if you can get the monies that you need, basically to survive. So what was that like, going through that transition to saying, hey, look, this is what I'm gonna take a risk as a business owner?
So it was a walk of faith. So I resigned from my job. My last position, I was the director, had a staff of 40 team members, and I had saved about $25,000 to do my business full time. But that was before I knew it would be a pandemic. That was before I knew we would be in quarantine. That was before I knew I couldn't run around selling books out of my vehicle. And so it was a walk of faith because everything was new. Like how I was, selling books and promoting my books was new. And then, after being an entrepreneur for about 6 months full-time, I literally had to shift my business. And it was nothing but me walking on faith and recognizing that no matter what happens, I cannot fail. And even if it doesn't turn out the way I want it to be, there's still valuable things that I've learned. But like you said, I had to take the risk. I had to invest. I had to get a coach. I had to get, enroll in programs. And I had to really put out large dollars and cents, because I believed in the vision, and I believe that I'm supposed to help women identify their passion, develop their faith, and pursue entrepreneurship on their own terms. So it was just a lot of risk and a lot of self-confidence, knowing even if I make all the mistakes that I'm still going to recover. So I had to trust myself and trust the process.
You say you wanted, it says transform their stories into profitable, inspirational books. What if they can't spell? Or what if, what if they don't know how to put two words together? How does that go?
So because I'm a coach, I'm bringing a team. I have a 6-month academy where we work with editors, I'm coaching you and holding your hand through the process. So you might not be able to spell every word, but with the editors that I have on my team, we're going to make sure that your story is represented in your authentic voice. I'm going to read it. The editor is going to read it. And then as the author, we're going to give you the final review to say, yes, go ahead. This is my authentic story. This is my transformational life story. Ready, set, publish.
So you have
I'm
publishing.
working with the team.
You have publishing already set up.
Yes.
Wow, that's deep.
Yes. And for the women that I'm helping, it depends on which track they go. So if they want to just write a chapter, then I work with a publishing company. If they want to write their independent book, then we support them in self-publishing that book from A to Z. We're helping you with your marketing, your book cover, your sales strategies. We're helping you with your messaging. I'm putting you on Clubhouse and helping you build your audience. So we're helping you every step of the way.
How many people have you helped with that?
So I've helped 31 women become published authors, and that's in an anthology. So that's one of my anthologies. If you see the cover behind me, that's volume 2 of Stand Up Resilient Black Women Who Are Shaping the World with Their Faith. In that book, there was 13 authors. And then in Stand Up Volume 1, there were 18 authors. So those were authors who decided they wanted to write a chapter. Now, this new program that I just started March 7th, I'm helping women write their independent book.
Now, what if a woman comes to you and they say, "Hey, look, I want to write about, for example, how many men I've slept." You know, what if they what if they want to come to you about their sex life and they want to put that out?
Well, I put my first book, I talked about me pursuing strippers. So, I mean, hey, if it's your story and it's going to help somebody, there's no judgment. I work exclusively with nonfiction authors. And I actually, you saying that, but I do have a friend who wants to talk about the men that she's been with. And I'm not even going to use the names that she named these men. So as long as it's a nonfiction book and the end result is to inspire, to help other people heal at a deeper level, it is a project that I would be willing to take on. Because in all honesty, when I was out there pursuing these strippers, it was me thinking I was searching for sex, when really what I was looking for was someone to be intimate with me emotionally, mentally, and not necessarily sexually.
You basically are saying that you was trying to kick game to strippers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ain't no shame.
So can I ask you this? What does the process look like? So say I was a client and I was interested, and I have in my mind, I have a story. How do you start me off? Is there what does the process look like? Is there an interview? How do you walk me through doing this?
Okay, so the process to enroll in the All-in-One Book Coaching Academy is you complete an application. And in that application, I ask specific questions to even determine if this is a good fit for you now in this season. So based off your responses to the application, your application to join is either approved or denied for now. And then if you are accepted, we go through, I call it the 4 M's. We deal with mindset, we deal with marketing, we deal with messaging, and we deal with money. And the premise of the program is 1 action a day to write and publish your book in 6 months. So the first 31 days, you're dealing with nothing but mindset, understanding who you are, your limiting beliefs, understanding who your audience is. We're taking you through a process of conscious releasing, but it's 1 action a day. So many of you are busy, many people are busy. So you literally have to complete not multiple things, 1 action a day. But the core of the program starts with working your mindset on becoming a published author. because a lot of times people think it's the writing that's the most difficult part. It really isn't. It's what happens after the book is published. You trying to get your book sold, you trying to get on stages and platforms, you trying to share your message and expand it in different populations. So we work with you the first 30 days on your mindset, and then the next 30 days, now we're dealing with getting your messaging. Who's your audience? Who's your target? What are your core beliefs? What resonates with you? What are your core values? And then midway through the second 30 days, you actually start the writing process. But again, it's a prescriptive process, so you're not doing it alone. And every week we meet for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I'm coaching you through the process. So any questions you may have, any issues where you get stuck on the assignments, we meet regularly. So you can ask those questions, get in the hot seat, and I coach you through the process.
Wow. That is really cool.
That is awesome.
Are there different prices for these? Is it a package deal, or is everything just one set price?
So it is a package deal because it's really designed for someone who's never published a book before. Funding is available, and the one package deal covers everything. It covers everything you need to produce a book, even the marketing. I help you with your virtual book launch, or maybe it's in person. My graphic designer creates your graphics for your marketing material. We have someone to design your cover. So you pay one price, and then I have the team that produces the book for you. And the beauty of it, Miss Debbie, is that once you go through this process, you'll then have the knowledge, the skill set, and the confidence to do multiple books on your own and self-publish at your own discretion.
Exactly.
And then for like the books itself, does it have like a limit of how many pages or like some sort of how big it could be?
So ideally for nonfiction, if we want to produce a industry standard book, we're going to stay anywhere between maybe 60 to 80,000 words, which is potentially equivalent to up to 200 pages. You can exceed that. And if you, let's say you exceed that maybe by 50,000 words, there probably would be an increase in price because my contract with the editor is based off of a certain word count. So if someone's story is just magnificent and they want to exceed that, there's probably going to be an added expense for the editor to edit that particular manuscript.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Now, where is your headquarters? In other words, in other words, for people that live way across the country, you are still accessible.
Mm-hmm. I am accessible. So it's an online book coaching program. I'm physically located in Syracuse, New York, but I can work with people all over the world at this point.
Mm-hmm. That's so wonderful.
It is. It's so good to see people doing work,
right.
People being entrepreneurs. And just giving people many different outlets so they could be creative as well, right, and come into their own. I want to thank you for being here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can we get your social handles before we let you go?
Absolutely. So if there's anyone interested in learning more about the Book Coaching Academy, it's you just type in allinonebookcoaching.com, and that'll lead you to the website. And then I am on Facebook at Ardena Garner. That's Garner. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. And I'm on Clubhouse every single day at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Resilient Black Women community for authors.
Oh, beautiful.
Hey, Ardena Garner.
Ardena, yay.
All right, everybody.
What's going on? This is Ms. Darcy Davis, and you are watching and listening to The Lady Guru Show.
Blacker, I want the money like Tata. These is not on my roster. We don't mix like Henny and vodka. I be allergic to fun this shit. Don't worry about who I be running with. I got the runners, I'm running this shit. 40 cal, my shit just gunning. This shit.
Going on, pop on my shit like a gun. Niggas they scared but I'm running. Say you wanna be my man, then you gotta bring it with you when you come. I'm on top of the tier. Niggas is liking it, I'm steady stacking the bread. What I said, taking the spot to the top.
shot the. We shoot at you with the chopper. We don't be talking that blah blah. Got on strain of that Zaza. We about to turn the whole city up. Get to the bag in the belly truck. Still keep the 9 milli tough. Diamonds hitting and we lit it up.
I post love, I get it the most. This ain't OG, I'm smoking your hoe. I'm singing savage, I'm dropping the boat. Fuck what you thought, cause you already know. I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up. I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up.
I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. 100 bands back in the cut, you just what's up. Got your man looking stuck, told him get rid of that mutt. Come on and fuck the gangster, show you again what real made. Take it off, still a pretty bitch. Authentic, no mask, no makeup.
Riding around in a Tesla, I take a nap on the way cause I'm extra. Skip her, talk heavy on pressure. She gon' do what I say if I tell him. I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up. I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up.
And we are back with the Lady Guru Show. Blueface has defended Chrisean Rock after she was allegedly seen smoking weed while pregnant, saying weed has no effect on her pregnancy. Blueface admitted that his on-again, off-again girlfriend was indeed smoking weed while pregnant, but contested the idea that marijuana has any adverse effect on a pregnancy. Lots of women smoke weed until their first trimester. There is no effect. Don't shoot the messenger, he said. I'm only tweeting the truth, whether it's in her favor or not. I am not biased. Gurus, is it okay to smoke weed while pregnant?
You know what? Listen.
I'm like, listen, I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna lie. My first trimester, I didn't smoke like because with me, when I get pregnant, like, and I smell weed, I don't want it no more. Like, I could have been blowing it down like a chimney, but then it's like, oh, I'm pregnant. What's that smell? It'll get it away from me. But with my son, I would say, like, after I found that I was pregnant, 2 weeks after that, I was still smoking, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to smoke no more. I didn't feel right.
How far along is she? You know?
I don't. You know what? I think they was quote unquote saying like 3 months or 4 months,
something like that.
Yeah, it's something around the ballpark of 3 and 5.
Okay, so I mean, let's be real. I know a good amount, decent amount of women
that drink and smoke cigarettes. Okay, pregnant. I know them too.
Okay, now. There are people that actually will smoke weed during their whole pregnancy, right?
Hello.
I know them. I know them personally. And you know what? The chop is okay. The chop came in okay. But once you get later into your pregnancy, yes, weed, cigarettes, all of that.
Yeah, I say hell nah, man.
Does
hell nah, man. Yo, I mean, we gonna fight, man. It's gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
Because,
honestly,
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you're the one, the baby moms and you at the end of the day gotta raise this kid. And if this kid is a terror because of weed smoke. Now, when I grew up, I knew a bunch of kids that, you know, they mothers smoked, you know, weed or sometime they was on some other stuff. And it looked like there was something that was a little off with them babies. You know, even with the weed smoke, there was something a little bit off, like, you know, and in the hood, it was, you know, let's be real, it was accepted.
It was
like,
accepted.
you know,
it was accepted.
Yeah.
And that's why they're so comfortable. It's probably been around her all her life, or you know.
Yeah.
However,
she has 11 brothers and sisters, and her parents were addicts. So
there you go. See.
Okay.
You're not saying, you know, at the end of the day, you don't always have to follow in the footsteps, or the apple don't always have to fall too far from the tree. But once again, what I said before in our conversation that we had, we are stuck at an age, and I feel like she is stuck at an age where her parents left her abandoned, and only thing she know is trauma. Only thing she know is fighting. Only thing she know is beating ass. Only thing she know is getting turned up. So what's up?
Yeah.
How you feel about Blueface defending it though?
Blueface defending it because she has enough heat on her, and with him egging the heat on her, he needs to take the heat off of her. So I feel like that's the reason why he's doing it, honestly, because you didn't even want the baby to begin with. So let's be like,
and she gonna be
an advocate for Shorty,
and she gonna beat his too.
Yeah, and then earlier they was on live, and she like, get off live, like ready to turn up on homie. Like, come on, what type of life are you living? And you supposed to be pregnant?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's not funny. I'm laughing so inappropriately.
No, because it's like, girl,
It's
go
crazy.
sit down. Like, when do you ever sit down, bro?
Like go sit
real
down
now.
and be pregnant and just.
That's what I'm saying.
be
Like,
okay.
who would've thought she pregnant? Go sit down. We had
Never.
enough now, man.
Never.
Girl, but come on now.
You're not.
Y'all think Blueface being abused?
Yeah.
Blueface ain't stuck at an age too.
Yeah, he's a
Grow up.
abuser and he's being abused as well.
Yeah, the shit, mama. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sister look like she the only halfway decent one. They only call her in when it's argument time. That's out of here. There is nothing but drama, and that is nothing but a struggle love. I don't want no struggle love. That's struggle love right there. And what do you call that?
Now they done brought they bringing a whole human being into the world.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's sad for the baby.
Just for the baby to be stuck at an age too. Ain't this some?
Yeah, it's gonna be a generational trauma.
Ain't this
that's gonna
some
pass through?
The baby,
now you about to be maybe stuck at
the
two.
baby already starting with the trauma with the weed.
And the fighting, because she's still beating bitches up. She just slapped Natalie Nunn in her face. Natalie Nunn about come outside and she pregnant. Girl, sit down. She another one that get on my nerves.
Yeah, Natalie Nunn, she's stuck at an age too.
She is definitely stuck at an age. You need to grow up from Bad Girls Club, girl.
Yeah,
Grow
like
up.
girl, get out of that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I'm a boss. You are not a boss. You are not a boss. Bosses don't move like that.
So twisted in this society. Like it's
This Susan needs to be banned. If you ask me, I ain't never watched none of them shows, and I would never watch none of them shows. You can't get me to watch none of that.
Yep.
Yeah, man. And, you know, there's things that we were talking a little bit about this before. There's things that you do when you're young that's just gonna stay with you, and you know that right there. You know, having a seed and crazy baby father, crazy baby moms, is just gonna stay with you.
And then you move forward. Now that you said that, you move forward. Let's say Blueface find a nice, wholesome woman. And the dude finally said, okay, I'm going to turn my life around. Maybe even her. I'm going to turn my life around. I'm going to be good. I'm going to, live life the right way and stuff like that. Whatever way you want to live it. Just not fighting and beating people up all the damn time. Now you got to deal with Blueface, or you got to deal with Chrisean as a baby mama or a baby. To deal with y'all? What? It's crazy.
Well, we wish them a lot of luck,
Yes, peace and blessings to them, please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And to the baby.
Yes, please. The unword peace. Please, peace and blessings.
But all right, everybody, it's been a great show.
Yes.
You know, everybody out there, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Check it out, everybody. This has been the Lady Guru Show. And we are out of here.